Hi, it's Karen here. Thank you for joining me. Today I thought we would paint some whimsy flowers, which we could use for Valentine's or Mother's Day, and even Easter cards if that's what you want to do. So I thought I'd show you what I'd already done. So here it is. This is what we're going to be painting in this session. Also, I've painted onto a store-bought blank card, but you can cut yours watercolor paper down and use on whatever size format that you want to paint on. That's great too. I've cut out a heart template. It just makes this a bit easier. So all I did was I got a piece of paper, I folded it in half, and then got my pencil and just drew an arc shape, cut it out, and then that gives you your heart shape. And this is a great template, so you don't have to be worrying about drawing freehand. And then if you can just get your pencil and then just use that as a guideline. So that's what I've done, and that's a little card, this kind of whimsy flower design. So that's the card, but I thought I'd show you on the just on the paper. So that's that. I just set that one aside. I've already drawn one out on to save time, but if I just show you, then we'll come back and we'll paint that one. But if I just show you what I mean, I've got my template, so I'm just going to very roughly, it's a bit difficult to see on white on white, but you don't have to be super precise. If you go a bit wibbly like I have, then just take the wibbly bits out. You just need just the guideline. Now, as I said before, these are whimsy flowers, so we're not looking to make absolutely detailed flowers with all their intricacies and things. So literally, and I'm using just an ordinary ballpoint pen. Now, if you prefer, you can use your pencil and then go over it in ballpoint pen if that's what you prefer. But I like the ballpoint pen because I can use watercolor. I can use the paint on top of the flowers that and leaves that I draw, and it won't run. So I'm just doing these really easy flower and leaf shapes. I'm not getting caught up on what get into the intricacy of putting what flowers we like if you want to paint daisies to look like daisies. This is a whimsy, loose, free, fun way of painting flowers. Now, you can do whatever comes into your mind. Actually, I just go with what I think, really. So try and change it up a little bit, to small to big, that kind of good stuff, and that will give you a rough idea of how your heart's going. Don't forget to use a centerpiece for the kind of the point of the heart and the heart bit of the heart, the middle of the heart. So I'm just going to wiggle my pen just to give me a center, and then I'm just going to make some lovely petal shapes. Now I'm going over again Now you can go over it as many times as you want. It's absolutely fine. So that gives us a nice central focal point for our flowers. Now I'm going to put some leaves in, just however comfortable you feel with your leaves. I'm just doing generic leaves, really. Not really thinking, just wiggle about. Now if you're not, as I said before, if you're not comfortable or confident to paint to draw straight with the the biro, then of course use your pencil, and that will really help. Now the shape of our heart will really help us because it will keep everything in that heart shape. And just work your way round, really. Just work your way round. And just do some really nice whimsy. Don't forget to put your leaves on. And just work your way around. Now if you want to give a more feathery type of leaf, this is a good one. Just draw an arc and then just do these nice little ball shapes, oval shapes. That will really help. Now the pansies are absolutely beautiful at the moment, so let's give a little nod to the pansy. Now, not thinking about this, we're just thinking of the basic shape of the pansy and their happy flowers and their little happy faces, and it's as simple as that. Let's give, they've got that really lovely leaf, haven't they? Again, just pop your flower in wherever you see, you think, yep, that's lovely. The daisy shaped flowers are always great, and they give us a nice pop too. Just work your way around. Let's have some leaf shapes. Again, you can do whatever you think. Let's do some ones that are hanging down. That's always nice. Following the shape of the heart. Don't have to be precious at all with this. You want nice shapes because we're going to be painting inside of our heart. You just keep working your way around this. Don't worry about getting caught up in what kind of flowers they are. Just put some pretties in. That's my motto. And just keep working your way around. Okay, when you think you've got a nice balance, and you think, yeah, I'm happy with that. And with this way of painting, if you think, oh, I've got a few spots where it looks a bit fuller one side than the other, not a problem. When you've finished painting, if you think, oh, I've got a space here that I need to put some flowers, yeah, absolutely, you can pop them in. You can pop in as many as you like. Okay, so I think we'll just put nice little, yeah, I think that's balanced enough. Now, as I said, I've done one other. I was yeah, I think I'll just leave that because sometimes the ballpoint pen, it does it, although you can paint on it more or less straight away. I think it's more prudent to let it sit, if that makes sense. It just makes sure that it's nicely set, so you've got no worries at all of it running. Now I'm just going into my pan and I'm picking up whatever I've got on my palette actually, and what I like to do is just with the tip just go over where we've painted. Now I'm not worried about white space. I think that gives it a really nice painterly feel. I'm not working in super wet, the paper's dry. I'm not working on very wet paper, sorry, very wet paint, but I am painting on dry paper, and we're just dropping our colour in. The hard work has already been done. You've done that by drawing your flowers, but it's a really nice easy technique just to use, as it's great for Easter, it's great for the spring type whimsy flowers are great. You can use them for Mother's Day. They're great cards if you like to send your you know, like to paint your own cards. This is a great, it has great excuse me, it has a great life on it, because who doesn't like flowers really? Not many people, I shouldn't think. And just go over and have a look and just drop in. This is just, we're just blocking in our colour at the moment, and just drop that, all your greens, just pop those in, and then it gives you, you can see what you've got. Then it kind of makes more sense really. As you can see, I'm not even going to the edges on some of these leaves. I quite like that. I quite like leaving some white space. I am going to go into, I've got a glorious, it's a turquoisey green, and I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to drop this really nice green in. And again, not being super, paying a super attention to what I've already laid down, not at all. I'm just popping those on what we've drawn. And if it slightly goes over, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Now we're just dropping the colour in, as I said before, so you can decide what colours you want for what really. I've just happy colours really. They can be excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. They can be whatever colour palette you decide. Now I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but I am really not worrying about where I put the paint. I'm just dropping it in. As you can see, I've left some white space there, and yeah, just dropping that in. This was a little bit thicker when it was a more creamier consistency of paint than I probably would have liked, but hey, that's okay. I'm not worrying about that. So I'm just going to again just rub my brush and just giving the slightest of why don't we just don't be fussing with getting right up to the edge. This is lovely and loose, and we're just having fun with our paints. We're not getting caught up with making it absolutely squeaky precise. Again, not worrying about the white spaces, and if I go over my ballpoint lines, my pen lines, yeah, that's okay. And it's literally just one stroke, really. That's kind of what I'm doing. Because what we want to do is we want this to dry, so then we can start putting a creamier consistency of paint on. So again, just dropping in there. And this way of painting is very forgiving indeed. It's absolutely lovely. Yep. And with these little pansies, I'm just literally going in with the traditional pansy colour, which is that lovely mauvey purpley colour. Pansies come in all kinds of variations of colours, don't they? So that's our first layer. I'm just going to move that over, and while that's drying, I'm just going to go back to this one again and show you. I think this one is a bit bigger, and maybe you can see the flowers a little bit better. Hopefully you can. Again, I'm not worried about going over the lines. I'm not worried about filling it up. Making sure that I cover the area completely. I don't mind that there's white space, so just work your way around. It's a very quick way of working, really, but I think that's a good practice to be in, to get into, because it helps us to become more fluid and more relaxed in our painting. Okay. Now don't forget to use all your paint up on your brush. That will help you with your values, which is always good. I think just blocking in all the greens, it just helps see what you've got. I think I've covered all the leaves now, just seeing a little bit. I think we've got all the colours there. I'm just blocking in the daisies. They always make me smile, daisies. They're just happy, aren't they? And pansies as well. I hope you've all been keeping well. We've had one of the wettest days that I can remember in a long time. It's been just rain, which has not been the best, but it's not cold, so I shouldn't complain really, should I? And when you're painting, maybe if you just have a little look, it's always good to keep your flowers in clusters. We've got focal points, which is this flower here and this flower here, which gives us our eye somewhere to instantly travel to. So that's really good. Just gonna drop in there. Yeah, I think we'll give and just work your way around. We have got one little pansy-esque shape flower there, so I'll just drop that in. Just making sure I use all my paint up on my brush. Oh, mustn't forget this little flower here. Okay, so that's our first wash. So just rinsing my brush out. Now the other one, sorry to go across you, the other one should be more or less ready to paint on now. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to use stronger values of colour. So we're going to activate the paint, but we're going to use a creamier consistency of paint, and we're just literally just dropping in. Okay, we're just giving them darker. Where it would come out of the flower, we're just making it a little bit more darker. And on here, we're just rubbing it, just make it a little bit darker. Again on here, just rub it on. and move your paint about. Absolutely don't get caught up in, oh, do that individual leaf. No, just make your mark. Just pop your paint down and that would be great. Let's go into this delicious yellow and make sure just the very tip of our brush, and just offer it in. We're not overworking anything, we're just going back in. Like so. And then for the little pansy, I'm just going to oh, that wasn't very good. I still had some yellow on my brush, so I've made a murky green. No problem, we just take that out with our paper tissue, and I just pick up just a touch. Just a touch, just a little touch of blue. It's that glazing that we did on our whimsy trees, didn't we? We just offered a little glaze, and that's what we're doing here. Just a smidge, okay? Now I'm going back into the green, and again I'm going to use a creamier consistency of paint, and it's just literally one swipe movement of my brush, just like that. Again, just using the tip of my brush, and again just gives your painting some legs. Okay. And again, don't worry about going over or white space. White space is absolutely your friend, really is. Now on these bigger leaves, just one swipe, or one stroke, should I say, or swipe. If my mum was alive, she would tell me off. There you go. Just so if you just want to just darken down the top of your flower, absolutely. Have we got any more that we want to? No, I think that's all good, isn't it? Yep. Now, absolutely, I'm going in with the very tip of my brush, and I'm just going to just drop the little eyes in. Yeah, we haven't got any other little eyes, have we, there? And I'm going back in to the yellow and just now, if it bleeds at this stage, I'm really not worried about that at all. It's absolutely fine. Now I'm just going to give the two little central bits of our pansy, and that's that one done. So have we got time, do you think? Yeah, let's just finish off the other one. Now that's dry, and we'll do the very same thing again. we just put the stronger tones in, and it really does give your work just that little bit of an extra pop, doesn't it? If you just wait for it to dry. Okay. Okay, just have to be mindful of what colour that I've used. So just, yeah. Again, just little strokes, just to accent those lovely cute little flowers that you've painted. Again. Just at the top where the flower comes out of the flower head, that's good. And we just go around and again creamy consistency of paint, just the tip, and we just giving another layer to our leaves again. And just on the top, just to darken them down just a touch. And then finally, centres of our wonderful little daisies. It's always making sure you've given them all their centres. Forgot the little pansy. Mustn't forget that. And just a smidge, just a little bit of blue. Just a little bit of blue. Okay. And there we have it. Our little whimsy loose flowers for either Valentine's, Mother's Day or Easter. I hope you give these a go. They're really fun to do. And there's this one. There's that one too. So yeah, I hope you like them, and I do hope you give them a go, and I hope to see you soon, and take care. Bye.